Well, hello everyone. Welcome to November to Remember 1998. This is it. This is the biggest show of the year. This is what we've built to this entire season. I've decided to call it a season. It's season 1. The season 1 finale will be next episode because we still got one more week of TV to go, and then we'll be a year into the save. Fucking ridiculous. I want to thank you all so much for watching, of course, and I hope you have enjoyed thus far. Without further ado, let's get into it. We're in the exact same arena we were before, the Main Street Armory. Let's run it. So we get a little video pack start off narrated by Paul Heyman talking about how this is the place where legends are born, where heroes die, and where their spirits are taken up into the heavens and immortalized in greatness, in gold and silver and bronze, as gladiators, warriors, champions of our time. It's a big show tonight. And we see just that as we cut to Joey Styles and Joel Gertner, and they're there in the arena, and it's a packed house. We're in front of 6,077 people. The place is going fucking bonkers. EC-dub chants, you know, EC-dub, that thing. Joey Styles welcomes us to November to Remember 1998. We've got a very special match to open up with here tonight. It's the #1 contenders match for the ECW World Tag Team Championships. It's going to be the newly debuted Suicide Blondes. They've only had 2 matches. Actually, maybe even 1 match on ECW television, but they've already proved they can hang. And on the other side, we have the Hardy Brothers. Remember, the Hardy Brothers were up 2-0 against the Stormtroopers, who we're going to see later tonight in that #1 contenders best of 5 series. And they choked it, you know, the inexperience factor. They are young, they're crazy, they're daredevils. And this type of match caters to the daredevil. Ladies and gentlemen, up next, it's Sexton Hardcastle and Christian Cage, the Suicide Blondes, versus Jeff and Matt, the Hardy Brothers, in a ladder match. Whew, here we go. Oh, God. 66 C+, let's go. And a bout that had good wrestling, but didn't have much heat. The Hardy Brothers defeated the Suicide Blondes in 2009 when Jeff Hardy retrieved the item, the contract, the #1 contendership. The Hardy Brothers are going to be tag team champions if they have their way. They have the #1 contendership now. They're halfway there. As you can see, I had Sexton take a crazy bump. It wouldn't be a ladder match in the late 90s without somebody fucking dying off a ladder. There was excellent chemistry between all these men. Great performances all around. Jeff, of course, is a star in the making. I'm not shocked about that. Christian did pretty good. Sexton pretty good. I'm surprised Matt didn't do that great, but that's okay. You know what I mean? That's okay. Overall, though, I think a really great opener. I hope it got the crowd going, you know. Just imagine what these guys could do, but, like, imagine any of the tag ladder matches between these 4, but, like, add, like, 10 to the what the fuck are they doing, they're going to die factor, which I think brings it to, like, a 6,010 out of 10. So yeah, Jeff and Matt are #1 contenders for the tag team titles. Who will they be facing? Well, we'll have to figure out later tonight, because later tonight it's going to be the Stormtroopers, Lance Storm and Chris Candido, with Dawn Marie in their corner, taking on the tag team champions, the Dudley Boyz, Bubba and Devon. But that's not right now. We go to the back and then back, you know what I mean? We do some little intermission shit. And Kurt Angle makes his way down to the ring. He's here. The real Olympic hero. The real American, if you will. I don't know why he's Hulk Hogan all of a sudden. But he's here, and he's here to make a statement, you know. We haven't seen Angle very much. He's been here for about 2 weeks, but he challenged Stevie Richards. Stevie Richards and the Blue Meanie, you know, they're jokesters. They're pranksters. They like to get a laugh at everybody in the back. Kurt Angle says there's no place for that. Not here. Not in a place that's supposed to be extreme. Not in a place where wrestling is supposed to matter. Not in a place where guys like Jerry Lynn are world champion, where Rob Van Dam is the #1 contender. Stay tuned for that later tonight, because that's going to be a fucking banger. Where Steven Regal worked his ass off to make this place relevant, and Kurt Angle is here to continue the job. It's Kurt Angle versus Steven Richards right now. It's a 75 B-. Kurt Angle is already a fucking star. I can't. He's already a fucking star. And I bet that at Great Wrestling Good Heat, Kurt Angle fucking batters Stevie Richards in 12:22 by submission with an ankle lock. It is a straight up technical outclassing. Stevie every once in a while gets in some shots, you know. He gets some punches off, maybe a kick or two, not a Stevie kick, you know, but just a kick or two. He starts maybe trying to grapple with Angle, and that's where he fucks up real bad. The second Stevie tries to grapple with Angle, Angle just takes over the match. He overpowers him. He leaks out of anything that Stevie tries, because Kurt Angle is Kurt Angle. He's a former Olympic gold medalist. I don't need to tell you who Kurt Angle is. Okay? But for the benefit of the people in this in-game world, Kurt Angle has arrived. Period. We get a promo. Oh, Jerry was not supposed to be on screen. We get a promo from Rob Van Dam. Jeez, this is a really good rating for the main event later tonight. He talks about becoming champion and what that means. How this belt is something that everybody chases and wants. And everybody on this roster who is in the tag team are going after this belt. And the fact that, you know, Taz can say whatever he wants about his belt being the real belt. Nobody wants the television belt. There's a reason why the world title main events pay-per-views. It's because of people like Jerry Lynn, to be honest. You know, when he gives Jerry his due, I don't think Van Dam has ever really played down Jerry's importance, but he's played down the fact that Jerry can beat him, I think. Van Dam has gone out of his way to slander Lynn, to try to take away from this confidence, this hot streak he's feeling, and Jerry's not having any of it. We saw it before with Bam Bam Bigelow, and where's Bam Bam now, huh? Gone. We don't know where Bam Bam is, alright? He's fucking dead to me. Excuse me. Jerry Lynn is our world champion. Rob Van Dam's the #1 contender. That's our main event later tonight. Now we have a match. It's the World Tag Team Championships. I mentioned a little bit earlier, right? So, how did we get here? The Stormtroopers came back from being down 2-0 in a best-of-5 series. Lance Storm and Chris Candido used their technical awareness, their veteranship, their just ability, I think, as two pro wrestlers to get things done. Some people may say it was the pep talk that that Shane Douglas gave them. I don't think so. I'm the one fucking writing this, okay? So maybe take my word on it, eh? I think that those two, maybe Douglas lit a fire under them, but it's those two who got it done. It's those two who deserve the credit. They're the ones who deserve to be here. They are the #1 contenders, but they're facing tough competition in the Dudley Boyz, who will be victorious. Remember, the Dudley Boyz have beaten the Stormtroopers before. Can they do it again? Who knows? This is a different Stormtrooper. This is a different group of This is a different team of Stormtroopers. I don't know. What, the Stormtrooper? This is a different Lance Storm and a different Chris Candido than the one that we saw earlier this year. This is a team who's gone through hardships. They bonded through that, and they've succeeded through those hardships. Who will be tag team champions? Oh, we get an entrance from them because I needed Dawn Marie on the show to make sure we had women. Yeah, women. World Tag Team title time. It's a 67C+. Kind of disappointing. Not even gonna lie, but that's okay. And about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. The Dudley Boyz defeat the Stormtroopers in 22-24 when Devon Dudley defeated Chris Candido by pinfall with a 3D, a Dudley Death Drop device, a Doomsday device, a Doomsday Drop, a Doom device Dudley, a Dudley Death Dude. Devan Diddley. You get the idea. The Dudley Boyz retain their titles, and it's now set up for someplace very close in the future. The Dudley Boyz will take on the Hardy Brothers, but that's not what's important here. The Stormtroopers fight their hearts out, and they are to be commended. You can see Lance Storm's performance in there, and you know that that's not really how they wrestled in kayfabe. That's what they did behind the scenes, you know, how much they put into this rating. Lance Storm and Chris Candido fought their lights out, but the Dudley Boyz right now are on something else. You know, they've gone through their wars with the FBI. They came out victorious. They crippled the FBI. They're still recovering. Little Guido has no idea what the fuck to do with the FBI. I don't know what the fuck to do with the FBI. Wait, what? They've beaten this team before. They've said to anybody who wanted some, come and get some, and nobody showed up, so they went out and they got the Hardy Brothers, thanks to Big Dick. Thanks to Big Dick. Goddamn, what a statement. And they went out and they searched around and they sent out invitations to different tag teams, and the Suicide Blonde showed up, and we saw that amazing tag team match earlier. The Dudley Boyz are rebuilding this tag team division. They're starting to replenish the ranks of the tag team division to attempt to get themselves competition. That's really what I think next year is going to be about. We've seen it with Taz, and we're starting to see it now with the tag team division. Everybody here wants competition, because competition breeds excellence. And what good is being champion unless you are excellent? The Dudley Boyz pick up the victory, retain their titles, but then Jeff and Matt Hardy come out to the ring. They stare at the Dudley Boyz, you know, they point at the belts, they point at the WrestleMania sign, but this is WrestleMania, so it's kind of confusing, but it's not actually WrestleMania, so we don't have a sign. They just point at some fans, and some fan of the crowd's like, hey! But in the future, we're getting it. Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley versus Jeff and Matt Hardy, and that may very well end out our year. Who knows? Might even start out next year. That's an alright segment, though. Kind of cools the crowd a little bit. What's next? I don't remember. I could just fall into a fucking really banger match. No, it's Jerry Lynn. He cuts a promo on Raw Van Dam. Jerry talks about what being champion has meant to him, you know, and how even if it comes to a close tonight, which he's going to do everything in his power to make sure it doesn't, because Jerry Lynn is world champion, right? I say that so constantly, that Jerry Lynn is world champion, because that statement right there, that belt, legitimizes Jerry Lynn in his mind. Jerry Lynn has fought and clawed for years and years and years and years and years to get to the mountaintop, and I highly doubt he's going to give it up easily now. There is nothing that can stop this man. Hardly anything that can stop this man, okay? I don't want to count Van Dam out completely. We've seen what Bam Bam Bigelow was able to do, though, against Jerry Lynn. It wasn't much. Jerry Lynn is a stand-up guy, and he's the type of guy who you want to have representing your company. May not be the best talker, may not be the flashiest, but he's a hard worker. And I think that's why people like him. But tonight, Jerry Lynn, it's not about hard work. It's not about being flashy. It's about having the heart to get it done. And when you ask me, as a viewer, who I think has the heart, Van Dam or Lynn, I'm giving it to Jerry Lynn. We'll see that later tonight. Am I right? Who the fuck knows? I only do write this shit. Taz makes his way to the ring. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Taz asked Paul Heyman, go get me competition. I talked about it earlier. Competition. It is the buzzword for this next year. Competition. Taz wanted somebody big, and Paul Heyman went out, scanned the globe, and brought back the face, the heart and soul, the franchise of FMW Hayabusa. Will this match even do well? I don't know, because Hayabusa's not over at all, but I'm hoping, praying to the God above that is Taz, because Taz is fucking great, that he can either carry it or Hayabusa will be just fine. Hayabusa is fine. Hayabusa is fine. Bullet Club is fine. Bullet Club is not fine. Hayabusa is fine. Thank God. And about that, had good wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Taz does it once again. 8 defenses thus far. He's held this for over a year. He beats Hayabusa in 16-19 by pinfall with a T-bone suplex. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen a Hayabusa match. But I imagine he's kind of like Sabu. Actually, I have seen a Hayabusa match. It was Van Dam and Sabu versus Hayabusa and Hakushi. But, like, not Hakushi, whatever the hell his Japan name is. And it was really good. But I didn't know if that was just because of Van Dam and Sabu. More obviously just because of Van Dam, or who it was because. So I don't totally know how Hayabusa works singles. But I imagine he's a luchador type guy, but he's like hardcore. Like I'm kind of thinking like Pentagon Jr. type deal. I don't know. But if you do know, then I think you probably have this match in your head kind of written out how it would go. And that's how it goes. Sure, let's go with that. But Taz, once again, picks up the victory. It's a hard-fought match. Taz bleeds. For the first time in the series, Taz bleeds. There is blood in Taz. He's not a robot. He's not a machine. He is indeed a human. But does it do anything? No. Taz picks up the victory in a hard-fought, great match. Very well done to everybody. I'm glad to have Hayabusa show up. I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with the FMW guys. Down the road, probably. Hayabusa is definitely a guy who you could see coming in and out, in the future. I think I've already talked about this, but what's next for Taz? There's a certain somebody who was here earlier in the year who left because I kind of messed up. He was only around for 3 months or so, but he's ready to come back. And he never got a shot at the TV title despite being in the conversation. So we'll see who that is. I think I've already said it, but we'll see who that is, all right? Overall, though, good stuff. Good stuff. We get a promo from Tommy Dreamer. You know, he talks about how this company, you know, it means so much to him, and how this event means so much to him. You know, this is the labor of everybody's work. This is the fruits of everybody's labor, not the labor of everybody's work. That makes no sense. The fruits of everybody's work, the fruits of everybody's labor, the fruits of the fight in every single soul in this building. But not Tommy Dreamer's. Tommy Dreamer has not had a successful 1998. Something just fucking fell upstairs. The fuck was that? I hope all my animals are okay. Oh, God. He talks about how it's not been a good year for him. But that doesn't matter. Because calling yourself the heart of a company isn't about being really good, winning a lot of matches, even winning titles. It's about standing up for what's right and what you believe in. And Shane Douglas, in this case, isn't attacking ECW. He's attacking Tommy Dreamer. He's attacking what Tommy Dreamer hangs his hat on at the end of the day. What allows Tommy Dreamer to sleep at night, even though he may not be the most successful, the most fit, you know, the best looking, maybe not the most technical wrestler. He's kind of a garbage brawler, you know, one of the people that Steve Regal looked to eliminate earlier this year, like, but he gets a paycheck every week, and he fights real hard for everybody here, everybody in the back, whether they want him to or not. And tonight, it's not just about the people in the crowd. It's personal. It's real this time. And if Tommy Dreamer doesn't win, well, Tommy Dreamer just isn't Tommy Dreamer. And moving into a 76B-. They have pretty good chemistry together. And about that, had superb wrestling, good heat. Shane Douglas beats Tommy Dreamer. The franchise beats the heart. Hits him with the pile driver, puts him away, 1, 2, 3. It's a crazy hard-fought match. You can see a lot of the times that, like, Dreamer will not die. Like, he will not go down willingly. Douglas has to put Dreamer through hell, and Dreamer puts Douglas through hell right back. And these two go to war. But Shane Douglas walks away. And Tommy Dreamer is kind of, he's in the corner and he's trying to feel his neck. And he's like, oh, fuck, that's probably not good. That doesn't feel right. But whatever, it's not too bad, I guess. So he kind of stands up and he kind of just drops back down to his knees and kind of just looks around at everybody and just shakes his head. Tommy Dreamer said before this match that if he doesn't win, he doesn't know what Tommy Dreamer stands for, or who Tommy Dreamer is. And I think that's what we're seeing here. A lost man, a broken man, a confused man. But Beulah comes out, gets Tommy and walks him to the back, and he looks like he's not there. He's somewhere else right now in his head, trying to figure out something, trying to figure out what's going on. And as he said before, he's never been the best. He's never been the type of guy to win 52 matches out of 52 in a year, win the world title, hold it for 20 years, whatever. He's a guy who loses. He takes those losses and he grows. But this has not been a good year at all. Hardly any wins, a lot of losses. And that gets to somebody every once in a while. No matter how positive they are, no matter how much they say that they're fighting for other people, that gets to someone. It takes a while, but even somebody like Tommy Dreamer, it gets to him. And that might be what we're seeing here tonight. Let's move forward. We get a 65C, which basically just explains what I just said. Oh shit, it's a match. And about that, a good wrestling, a decent reaction to the crowd. Mike Awesome fucking kills the Sandman. Like, literally just point blank, period. Remember before I was talking about how Kurt Angle kind of outclassed Stevie Richards, but Stevie Richards got some moves in? Sandman gets nothing in here. Awesome kills him. He picks him apart for 10 straight minutes. Mike Awesome is going to be a problem in 99. I promise you that. Mike Awesome has just ripped apart a man who is, in a lot of ways, a headstone of this company, a very key part of this company, and Mike Awesome has just torn him apart like nothing. Nothing. Awesome bomb, picks him up, 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 awesome bomb version 2, picks him up, awesome bomb. Like, he's just... It's brutal, to be honest. It's brutal, especially for somebody who, like, Sandman fucking went to war with Bam Bam Bigelow a couple weeks ago and beat him. So maybe Sandman's just experiencing some... I don't want to say... What's the way of saying technical difficulties, but it's a human. He might be feeling the wear and tear. That's the fucking word, Tucker. Come on. He might be feeling the wear and tear. But Mike Awesome tears him apart in this, and he sure as hell is not going to feel the wear and tear any less after this one. And afterwards, Mike Awesome celebrates, and Woman is, like, trying to get Sandman some help. She's like, fuck. That's not good. That's not good at all. He's not in good shape. And Sandman with Chastity is just awesome. What's 99 gonna hold in store for Mike Awesome? I think I already pretty much told you. He's gonna be a problem. But what's it gonna hold in store for his buddy Justin Credible? We haven't seen Credible much. Blame myself for that, but you'll see. Let's move forward. Oh my god, it's time. Rob Van Dam makes his way to the ring for it is the biggest match of his career thus far. He has never held a world title before. This is his shot. This is his first shot. This could be his only shot. I think that's a very interesting thing in wrestling when you think about it. Anytime you go to the ring for a title match, that could be it. There's no guarantee you ever make it to this again. Ever. It could be the set of dates. It could be the opponents you face. It could be that you're just feeling yourself for that time span. But whatever you did to make yourself number one contender, you need to capitalize on that right then, right there. Or else it could be gone forever. Like a whisper in the wind. Jeff Hardy. And Jerry Lynn makes his way to the ring. Well, Rob Van Dam's entrance was very grandiose, over the top. He's very flashy, very big. Jerry Lynn looks out at the crowd, holds his belt up, and walks to the ring. Gets in the ring, does his little shaka bra thing that he does, and has his belt. Jerry Lynn walks into this match world champion with everything to lose, but everything to prove. Yet he's the man on top. Who's going to be champion at the end of the night? That's the biggest question. Let's find out right now. The match starts off. It's quick. It's fast. It's what you expect from these guys. It's baller as fuck. No better way to put it aside from it's baller as fuck. I like to think these guys went out there with the idea of we are getting a fucking 6-star from Meltzer, even though Tucker doesn't believe in 6 fucking stars. They go all in, they go all out. They're all in. They cash out. I don't need to rhyme. I think you guys know what I'm going for in this. It's just a fucking crazy back and forth. Quick counters, punches, kicks, biting. No, I'm kidding. It's of course ECW, so there are hardcore elements, but there's not really any used. It's fairly a straight up wrestling match. Every once in a while, maybe they're like, here's a table. Oh, he went through it. Got him. But like, it's a wrestling match. I like to think Steven Regal's somewhere up there, and he's shedding a tear. He did it. But the finish comes to the match, and Van Dam and Lynn are both feeling the effects of it. You know what I mean? They're both beaten. They're both bloody. They're both bruised. They're feeling the effects of a long contest. And Van Dam goes to do Rolling Thunder, right? He lifts up, jumps up, but Lynn rolls out of the way, and just as Van Dam drops on his back for Rolling Thunder, I don't even know if he did Rolling Thunder in ECW actually at all. He might not have, but I don't know. He catches the arm out of Rolling Thunder. He grabs it, and he locks in that cross-arm breaker, the move that put away Shane Douglas, the move that put away Bam Bam Bigelow, the move that put away the doubters, the haters, the naysayers, the move that won him that title. And he locks it and he wrenches back. But Van Dam gets out. And later on in the match, out of nowhere, Jerry Lynn just springs up, kind of like who does the armbar really well? Kana like Asuka. He jumps up and grabs out of midair. Van Dam picks his arm, locks it in, and Van Dam fights out. And Jerry Lynn's starting to realize that maybe the arm isn't the way to do it. Jerry Lynn's got to try something different. So he starts trying to, focus on different body parts, but he goes back to the arm. But that's not doing it, so he goes back to other body parts, but he goes back to the arm, and that's not doing it. And Jerry Lynn can't put Van Dam's arm away. But finally, after the whole match, working on that arm, it finally gives way. And the two of them are up on the top of the turnbuckle. And Jerry Lynn is about to superplex Rob Van Dam in the center of the ring. Most likely transition right back into that cross-arm breaker, because that's his move. No matter how many times it's broken, that's his move. But Rob Van Dam's arm gives way. But Jerry Lynn falls backward. And Van Dam stays on the top rope, but he's trying to fix his arm, and then all of a sudden he realizes where he is. 78B, 5-star frog splash from Rob Van Dam. With basically one arm, goes for the cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. Rob Van Dam is ECW World Champion. I hated to do it to Jerry, but this was it. This was the shot to put the belt on Van Dam, and I had to take it. He's been an all-star the entire series. and he's going to be our world champion going into Season 2. There's your episode. Oh, I want to talk to RVD. I want to talk to Jerry Lynn. Who else was I impressed by on this show? Probably Angle, because Angle was, like, great. I'm going to praise him on a great performance. I'm going to give Jerry Lynn a hug. I'm going to give both the main event guys a hug. Very happy, pleased, seemed pleased. I hated to take the belt off Lynn, because he's just been a champion, you know what I mean? He's been a hero, really, for me over the past couple months. Holding the belt, a guy who I'm not sure could hold the belt. Holding the belt and doing such a great job at it, you know what I mean? He got better on the mic as we went. But Jerry Lynn's main event days are not over. I promise you that. He will be back. He will be back. Hayabusa's gone. Hayabusa's hurt. Rob Van Dam likes Chris Candido. Buy rate, we got a 0.04, which is okay, I guess. We'll lose money this month, but I'm okay with that. Oh, wow, no, oh my god, we bounced back. Why is that? How did we bounce back? The pay-per-view revenue? No. How did we bounce back? Like, the ticket sales? I don't even know. Because we were down a lot of money there. We're not even down that much, actually. Wow, okay. Holy shit. That's awesome. So anyways, you can see where Kurt Angle is now on our rankings. Anybody in time decline? No. Okay. So, we're resetting gears now, I guess. Van Dam's world champion. I'm very glad to see that. You can see our champions here and how they stack up. So 0 defenses, 2 defenses, 8 defenses. 2 of our champions retain. 1 of them is new, and it's the big one, our world champion. So, what do I want to do going forward? I have no idea, okay? Don't push me. I know I've been pretty inconsistent with the series, but I'm going to need some time to think of some stuff. You know what I mean? We may just do another episode pretty quick. You know what I mean? Nothing concrete in the final episode of this season, Season 1. And then start Season 2 with new ideas going forward. But anyways, I would like to quickly auto-push my roster, actually. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Okay, just making sure. People I'm looking at. Jeff's still a mid-carder. Jerry Lynn's now a main eventer. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. Did he gain pot from that loss? I thought he would have. I thought he would have. Shane Douglas. Who else was I looking at? RVD. Right. RVD is now our world champion. Yeah, he's pretty over. I won't even lie. Is he down in overness, actually? Because I remember him being higher. He is down. Huh. That's weird. Is he up in other places, though? He's about the same in other places. Oh, no, he's way up in New England. Whatever, then. That's fine. Hope Awesome gained a lot of pop from that win. I'm okay with Sandman losing some, whatever. Douglas did a thing. Just kind of peeking around here, looking at what I've got. That's okay. Looking at our creative meeting, there is our franchise players on our franchise players list. There's our next big things, our hot prospects, our talk the talk, our showstoppers, our ring generals. When I say Kurt Angle's a big fucking deal, I mean he's a big fucking deal. Our who's hot, our who's not. Our time to climb, which is nobody, and our hidden gems. Who was I talking about earlier? I wonder. Without any further ado, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, you can follow my Twitter if you want. It's in the little banner thing at the top of my channel. Thank you all again. This is Silly Talk, signing out.